Since the end of 2019, the world has been suffering under COVID-19. Hundreds of millions are currently infected and millions have already died. The purpose of our COVID cell model is to inform people and save lives from COVID-19. But what is COVID-19 and how can we prevent it? On the 31st of December 2019, Wuhan Municipal Health Commission in China reported a cluster of cases of pneumonia in Wuhan, Hubei province. A novel coronavirus was eventually identified. Epidemiologists did field investigations to find out how the new virus started. These investigations showed them who got infected, when they became sick, and where they had been just before they got sick. Using this information, epidemiologists determined that the virus possibly came from an animal sold at a market. The new virus was found to be a coronavirus, and coronaviruses cause a severe acute respiratory syndrome. The name of this disease is abbreviated as COVID-19. The COVID cell has many parts to it like any cell, so let's dissect its individual parts. RNA. RNA is a single-stranded genetic blueprint. It acts as a molecular message, enabling production of other elements of the virus. Nucleoproteins. Bound to the RNA, these proteins help give the virus its structure and enable it to replicate. Viral envelope. A waxy barrier containing fat molecules. It protects the virus outside of a host cell and anchors structures needed to infect a cell. Envelope glycoprotein. Embedded in the viral envelope, these proteins aid in the assembly of a new virus particles once it has infected a cell. Spike proteins. The red-orange spikes on the outside of the cell are called spike proteins. The spike proteins act as grappling hooks that allow the virus to latch onto host cells and crack them open for infection. Getting vaccinated against COVID-19 can lower your risk of getting and spreading the virus that causes COVID-19. A growing body of evidence shows that the benefits of the COVID-19 vaccination outweigh the known and potential risks. CDC recommends an mRNA COVID-19 vaccine in most circumstances based on an updated risk-benefit analysis. Even after getting the vaccine, you should wear a mask in public. The vaccine takes time to kick in, and when they do, they only offer up to 94 to 95% of protection. Those who have the vaccine might be asymptomatic spreaders. It is also important that we consider the health risks of those who have compromised immune systems and can't be vaccinated, and elders who need booster shots. But masks and vaccines alone will not protect you. To fight coronavirus, also endure physical distancing and frequent hand washing. All of these factors will help you stay safe while in public. With the spread of COVID, increased lockdowns, discovery of a vaccine, and life starting to go back to normal, the escalation and impact of misinformation is a growing problem. Misinformation on vaccines and government decisions has brought many people against each other and the government. Social media is increasing the expansion of misinformation and misleading people from getting the vaccine and trusting the government. This misinformation is preventing us from seeing an end to COVID-19. So be aware of the credibility of your sources and trust medical professionals and guidelines to stay safe. From young to old, poor to wealthy, everyone is suffering from the social impacts of COVID-19 and social distancing. Protests have occurred against the government in many countries after months of lockdown. Businesses were impacted as people were worried about going outside, and the number of customers dropped since there is a maximum capacity of the number of people in a room. The 6 feet social distancing policies makes everyday life challenging, but we have achieved many victories and learned valuable lessons as well in the last 2.5 years. We have found a vaccine after months of waiting. We found joy in the smallest things. We learned to respect each other as our lives are starting to come back to normal. COVID-19 has given us many valuable experiences as we head into 2022 and the rest of our life. We can use those experiences to build a respectable and healthier future for our society and our